DJI has sold millions of Neo drones. Millions. It became their fastest growing product line almost overnight because for the first time, anyone could just pick up a drone, toss it in the air, and get cinematic footage without touching a single setting. The demand was insane, so DJI did what DJI always does. They listened, they went back to the lab, and exactly 13 months later, they dropped the Neo 2. Better tracking, better safety, better everything, and it sold even harder. But here's the thing, DJI's own release cycle, their own sales history, and the one weakness the Neo 2 still hasn't fixed are all pointing to the same conclusion. The Neo 3 is already in development. No official word, no teaser, no leak. Just a pattern that has never once been broken in DJI's entire history. And in this video, we're going to expose exactly what's coming before DJI is ready to tell you themselves. The DJI Neo wasn't just another drone, it was DJI's biggest bet on the everyday person. Before the Neo, if you wanted aerial footage, you needed money, patience, and a learning curve that honestly scared most people away. DJI changed that overnight. A 135-gram drone that fits in your pocket, launches from your palm, tracks you automatically, and shoots 4K without touching a single setting. No setup, no experience required, just throw it in the air and fly. And the market responded in a way nobody expected. It wasn't just beginners buying it. Travelers, vloggers, families, content creators, everyone wanted one. Because for the first time, a drone felt less like a piece of equipment and more like a camera that happened to fly. The Neo sold. Hard. But the more people used it, the more one thing became clear. And the Neo was incredible at being simple, but simplicity had a ceiling. Small sensor, weak wind resistance, 18 minutes of flight time, no obstacle avoidance. Push it even slightly beyond casual use and you'd feel the limitations immediately. The community started talking, Reddit threads, YouTube comments, DJI forums all asking the same thing. When is DJI going to take this further? So they did. 13 months later, Neo 2 arrived with omnidirectional obstacle sensing, a 2-axis gimbal, 4K at 100 frames per second, better tracking, more storage, and a longer battery. A genuinely better drone. But even with all of that, and it still wasn't enough. And that's exactly where our story gets interesting. On paper, the Neo 2 looks seriously impressive, 4K at 100 frames per second, omnidirectional obstacle sensing, and improved tracking. But once you start using it for real content creation, the limitations become obvious. The sensor. It's still a half-inch CMOS, which feels outdated, especially when DJI itself offers a 1-inch sensor in the Mini 5 Pro. The result? Noticeably weaker dynamic range and low light performance, no log profile. That means no real flexibility in color grading. Your footage already hits its limit before you even open your editing software. Flight time. 19 minutes might sound okay, but in 2026 it feels short and constantly interrupts your creative flow. Wind resistance. Level 5 sounds decent, but in slightly windy conditions the footage can become unstable because the drone is so lightweight. These aren't small issues, they're exactly why many users end up upgrading to the Mini series soon after buying the Neo 2, and that gap is what creates the opportunity for the Neo 3. For the Neo 3, the most important upgrade has to be the sensor, likely a 1/1.3 inch. It's the perfect middle ground, offering better low-light performance, improved dynamic range, and more usable footage without directly competing with the Mini lineup. Next, log profile. D-Log-M is already available in higher-end models like the Mini 5 Pro, Mavic 4 Pro, and Air 3S. DJI has clearly been pushing flat color profiles across its lineup, so there's really no reason the Neo 3 should miss out. If it gets D-Log-M, it instantly unlocks a professional-level color grading workflow for beginner creators at an entry-level price. That's a headline feature. That's what sells. Now, battery and flight time. The Neo 2 gives you 19 minutes, while the Mini 5 Pro goes all the way up to 51. Of course, the Neo 3 won't match that it's smaller and lighter, but pushing it to around 25 to 28 minutes is completely realistic without breaking the sub-250 grams limit. DJI has been improving battery tech across the board, and the Neo line is overdue for a real upgrade here. Then wind resistance. Level 5 on the Neo 2 needs to become level 6 on the Neo 3. Slightly stronger motors, slightly better stabilization, and suddenly you have a drone that creators can actually trust outdoors, not just on perfectly calm days, but in real-world conditions. And then there's one feature almost nobody is talking about yet but should be: 4K at 120 frames per second. The Neo 2 already does 4K at 100 frames per second, which is impressive. But 120 frames per second would push the Neo 3 into a completely different league, making it the slow-motion king in the beginner drone category. At this price point, no competitor is touching that. And with where DJI's processing power is heading, this is more realistic than people think. So when you put it all together, the Neo 3 doesn't need anything unrealistic, just a larger sensor, D-Log-M, better battery life, stronger wind resistance, and 4K 120 frames per second. None of these are fantasy specs. DJI already has all of this technology. The Neo 3 just needs to bring it all into one place, their most popular beginner drone. Now let's talk about what everyone actually wants to know. When is it launching and how much will it cost? Starting with the timeline, look at the pattern. Neo 1 launched in September 2024. Neo 2 followed in November 2025, about a 13-month gap. If DJI sticks to that same cycle, and they usually do, the Neo 3 should land somewhere between October and December 2026, and that timeline gets even more convincing when you factor in FCC filings. DJI products typically show up there 3 to 6 months before launch. So if the Neo 3 is on track, we should start seeing activity around mid-2026. That's the real signal. The moment a new DJI model pops up in the FCC database, you know it's coming. There's also a strategy behind the timing. DJI consistently launches Neo drones right before the holiday season, October, or November, when buying demand is at its peak. Gifts, upgrades, travel, they time it perfectly, and the Neo 3 will almost certainly follow the same playbook. Now, pricing. The Neo 1 launched at $199. The Neo 2 came in at around $260 globally. Each generation has gone up slightly, but DJI has been careful to keep the Neo accessible. That's the whole point of this lineup. So for the Neo 3, expect a base price somewhere between $279 and $319. Fly More combos will likely land in the $500 to $550 range, still well below the Mini series, and still within reach for most creators. That's DJI's sweet spot, and they're not moving away from it. But here's the part most people aren't talking about: regulation. DJI is currently facing serious pressure in the United States. FCC restrictions, NDAA concerns, all of it creates uncertainty around availability. If things don't change, I could launch the Neo 3 globally while US buyers are left out, exactly what we've already seen with recent releases. So where does that leave us? If you're outside the US, October to December 2026 is your window. Keep an eye on FCC filings around June or July, watch the usual leakers, and pay attention to DJI's teaser campaigns, even the cryptic ones. And if you're in the US, it all depends on how the regulatory situation evolves. Because if the Neo 3 delivers on everything we've talked about, it's going to be worth the wait. And before you go, drop a comment. What's the one feature you need in the Neo 3? Better sensor, longer battery, log profile, I want to hear it. So let's bring it all together. The DJI Neo changed everything when it launched in 2024. It made aerial photography accessible to literally anyone. The Neo 2 pushed that further: better safety, better tracking, better footage. But it still left a gap that DJI's own technology can already fill. And if history tells us anything, they're going to fill it. A larger sensor, a log profile, stronger battery, better wind resistance, 4K at 120 frames per second. None of these are wishful thinking. Every single one of them already exists inside DJI's own ecosystem. The Neo 3 isn't a question of whether DJI can build it. It's just a question of when they're going to announce it. And based on everything, the release cycle, the sales pattern, the FCC filing timeline, the weaknesses, DJI still hasn't addressed that announcement is coming. October to December 2026 is the window. Watch the leakers, watch the FCC databases, and watch this channel because the moment something surfaces, we're going to be the first ones breaking it down. If you found this video useful, hit the like button right now. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who care about this stuff. And if you want to be the first to know when the Neo 3 actually leaks, subscribe and turn notifications on, because that video is coming and you don't want to miss it. One last thing, if you're currently sitting on the fence about buying the Neo 2 right now, we actually broke down whether it's worth buying in 2026 or whether you should wait. That video is right up there. Go watch it. It'll save you from making a decision you might regret.